It has dyed my hands. See, not even my nail gets it up. You look, it's just like caked. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I want to make a quick video just to say thank you so much for 300 subs. It really means a lot to me. Because of hitting this milestone and me really enjoying editing videos, I've decided I'm going to try and post every 1 week instead of 2 weeks. So that's super exciting. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching my videos and stuff. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to clean your disgusting boots for a show. I'm going to be changing the angles a bit so you can see everything, but to start you're going to need your really gross boots. That's not just dust, that's stuff that's like really stuck in there. See, not even my nail gets it up. And if you look, it's just like caked in there. Next, you're gonna want something to hold water. I would also recommend a toothbrush so you can get into those finer areas. A leather cleaner soap, I really like this one. And some sort of conditioner. Effix is definitely the best. Okay, now I'm just gonna start by using this and my toothbrush or a sponge to just get all of the nasty, grimy stuff off. Now, a lot of people are really nervous about using water, but water is what's going to help get all of the disgusting stuff off first. And you're gonna condition it later, so the damage will be undone. When using the toothbrush, you're going to want to use circular motions, just like when you're grooming your horse. That's going to be the best way to get all that dirt and grime out of there. Like that. As you can see now, it's actually back to more of a blackish color, which is what we want. Next, we're going to move on to the body. For most of the body, I prefer to use a sponge because it's pretty straightforward and just flat leather. So you're going to dip it in water, wring it out, but still should be pretty wet, and apply your leather cleaner directly to the sponge. Make sure to work it in the sponge and then just start getting to town. Circular motions once again. Now that we've cleaned off most of the easy to get areas, I'm gonna get that really hard stuff that's still left with the toothbrush. This is going to be your best friend to making sure your boots are clean. I just put the cleaning solution right on the boot. It just makes it a lot easier. And I like to clear off all the excess soot and bubbles with a sponge, just so I can see if I got everything and if there's anything left. Looks like I got most of it, so I'm going to move on to some of the other harder parts to get, like this area right here that holds your spur, under the laces, and any stitching. It's important to go over any stitching because that's where the dirt and grime loves to hide. You don't want to be afraid to be aggressive. Get a sensitive toothbrush because we both sensitive gums. Get that one because it'll be light on the leather but hard on the dirt. Don't be afraid to use your toothbrush to really get in there. Even if you clean your boots every day, most people rarely clean in here. And the judge may not notice it, but you'll notice it on pictures, which, let's be honest, is one of the most important things you get out of showing. Anything the toothbrush doesn't get, don't be afraid to pick at with your nail. Sometimes that is going to be your best tool just for going over everything. And because we used a lot of soap this time, I'm going to take my sponge and wring it out completely, then use the water to kind of try and take some of that soap away so it doesn't form that crusty stuff. Like I said, don't be afraid to use water on your boots. you are going to need to get them thoroughly cleaned. And as long as you have a good quality conditioner, you're not going to be doing any permanent damage. Okay, I'm gonna wring my sponge out. And I'm gonna dry my boot. And there we go. It is much cleaner than when we started. Now, I'm only cleaning this for my warm-up day, so I'm not gonna be super aggressive right now because I'm gonna have to clean it again when we're at the showgrounds. I recommend cleaning your boots multiple times before a show, just because you never know what you might have missed, and no one wants to spend 4 hours, or I've spent 2 hours cleaning their boots before a show, because that kind of sucks, especially if you have to drive up to the show, which can be exhausting in itself. Now don't get me wrong, you do want your show boots clean like you're going to show, but I guess my point is they can always be better. They can always be more clean, you know? But, found some last stuff right there. But I'm gonna say this is pretty good and it is acceptable. Now, the most important part, the conditioner. Now, you want to do circles again once you apply the conditioner. Keep in mind that if you have things that are fabric-based, you don't want to get conditioner on that. You can, it's not going to do anything. However, it is going to make it much harder to clean next time because that conditioner isn't going to get absorbed into anything, and it's just going to build up and collect dirt and dust and grime. You want to pay a lot of attention to condition very deeply the parts where you used a lot of water. Generally, it's going to be the toe area, this area right here, and anything with stitching. You also want to pay attention to any of the most common areas where boots will break. So the inside, right, and through here, and again, along seams. Once your leather conditioner is evenly applied, you can set that boot aside and let it all soak in. With this specific leather conditioner, it's going to go on shiny and then dry matte. I don't have separate dressage boots from hunt seat jumper boots, and in hunt seat they want them to be matte and not shiny, so that's why I prefer this conditioner. Now we wait for them to dry, and there is one less optional step I'm going to do, which is re-black some parts of the boot. You have to be very careful with this stuff because not only will it re-dye your boot, but it does have the possibility to transfer onto things like saddle pads, your horse, and your saddle, which isn't a big deal if your saddle is black, but if it's brown, it can be noticeable. Once you have done what you did to the first boot, to the other boot, and the other boot is drying, you can then take whatever black agent you have, and you want to be very careful with it. You don't want to really put it on any carpet or anything because it will dye that. And I got some in my hands. And you want to lightly apply it. At least for mine, it's extremely potent. And since mine's a cream, again, you just want to go in small little circles. Never do it on the inside of your boot because then it will dye saddle pads, horses, saddles, plants, cloth, chairs, anything. Nice, black, and shiny. And just set it over there to dry, and I recommend leaving it for a good 15-20 minutes just to ensure that it's all dry. And then I'm going to take the second boot and do the exact same thing. You can also apply it on the fabric part if your fabric is starting to lose its color from the sun. Nice and black. I'm also going to do this strap just because it's a little sun bleached. Leave it to dry for as long as you possibly can. Got all over my hands. I'm going to try and pick it up with the sponge, but as you see, after only touching my hands for a few seconds, has dyed my hands. It will come off with a couple washes, but once again, this stuff is very potent. You need to be extremely careful with it. Now, while you wait for those to dry, you simply need to put all your stuff back into your container and bring it to the show, because chances are your boots will get disgusting at the show. I'm going to leave this in the sun on its side. That way all the water will get out and evaporate, and then I can put my little things like my boot buffing brush and my toothbrush back into it. So it doubles as a water container and storage. And now we're going to show you the final results. And here we have the final results. 2 lovely clean boots. I did have to change my pants because they got really gross. That will always happen. So if you ever clean your boots like this, make sure that you wear pants you don't care about so you can change into different pants later. Here is a close-up. They are nice and clean. The boot black added a nice shine to them as well. Always make sure you have a boot bag. That way you can transport them without them getting dusty. You can honestly just use a regular trash bag if you want to. That's what I used for the longest time till I got this as a gift. Make sure you clean the inside regularly. I dumped out a ton of dust here. I also dusted it out with this, and you can see it got a ton of particles out of there that would have gone on to my new shiny boots. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I would really appreciate it if you like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. If not, I just want to thank you guys again for watching. Remember that you need to be careful and don't die out there.